Hello everyone and welcome back. So, today's scenario is I have been traveling all day in my armor and well, it's the evening. So now I have to spend the night outside in the wilderness. Problem is that it is a fantasy world filled up with monsters and I can get ambushed at any time during the night. That is why I will be wearing my full armor this whole night just in case I get ambushed, and well, we'll see how hard it is to prepare camp, prepare food, eat, and then sleep. We'll test all of that. That is what we're going to do in this video, so let's get started. So tonight it's going to be 0 degrees Celsius, which is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So yeah, quite cold, but honestly it doesn't really matter because, well, this is where I'm used to sleep in, and I made this cabin when I was 14, and I've been sleeping in it since then, and there's no source of heat in it, so I'm used to the cold. Let's prepare the camp. So, the goal is to try to keep as much of this armor on as possible for as long time as possible. And yeah, let's get started. So, I have a bag with me with different supplies. First of all, we have a rope. That is basically what every adventure has with him, a rope. Then we have, if we can get it out, we have a fire starting kit. I'm going to be using this later. Then, what else do we have? We have, what? Well, I see my father has been around my bag. Anyways, we have a field ration. That's going to be the food for tonight. Then we also have a pouch of healing potions. Well, now they're empty because I fought a group of orc, so I had to use all my healing potions, but I had healing potions. And yeah, that's it. So, the first thing we're going to do is to make a fire while wearing full armor, and yeah, let's try. Okay, so we're going to start by making a fire. So I've actually removed the helmet because, well, I have to handle the camera and stuff, and it, like, blowing on the fire will not be possible when I am wearing a helmet. So I actually had to remove that helmet. Okay, so the plan is to try to make it with stones. I don't think I'm going to be able to. I have already done it in the past, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it now because the stones are rather humid because it has been extremely humid these days. But I'm going to try it with the stones. If I'm not able to do it with the stone, I'm going to try with this. I don't even know what it's called, like flint thing, the thing that can do this, right? And if I'm not able to do it with that, I have matches. So let's try to do it with the stones. This is basically bushcraft in armor. I think no one ever tried this concept before. So I have to say, kneeling down on the ground with these greaves is not especially practical. Okay, let's try with these stones. I definitely am getting sparks, but it's not enough because the stone is pretty humid. Okay, it doesn't really work with the stones. I think basically it's too humid, and yeah. Let's try with this thing here. Okay, well, my tinder is definitely humid. I'm just gonna move on to matches that definitely did not work, but yeah, everything's humid, so it's not particularly easy. Okay, well, we have a little fire going. Let's see if I can keep it going. Okay, so we got a small fire going. Until now I have not been having the helmet on because, well, blowing on the fire and stuff like that would just not be possible with the helmet I have. Of course this depends on the helmet you have, but if you have like an open faced helmet or something, that would work, but yeah, it doesn't work with my helmet. At least we got the fire going. Okay, so now I'm just gonna boil a cup of water. No actual practical reason to boil a cup of water right now, but I'm just doing it to test if I can do it, if I can keep the fire going enough and stuff like that. So yeah, let's do that. I'm also just going to put the helmet back on because, well, I'm done blowing the fire and, well, in case I get ambushed. For food, I have a field ration. So I have dried meat, nuts, dried fruits. Yeah, that's basically it. That's what we're going to be eating today. Oh yeah, and how do you eat with a helmet on? Helmets are terribly impractical, it seems. Okay, I have to, well, I could just like that, but that's not practical. I'm going to remove the helmet. And also, if you're an orc party, well, wait for the adventurers to either start a fire or start eating before attacking them, if you're an orc party. Anyways. Why am I eating field rations and not elven bread, may you ask? Well, that's just because I'm out of elven bread. I ate 4 the first day. Well, we got the water boiling, with a piece of coal in it though. Anyways, if there really were orcs around, I would not have a fire lit like this because it will attract them because of the light. But of course now, the challenge is partly to make fire, so that's why I'm doing it. I think my biggest problem tonight will not be orcs, but werewolves. Okay, wish me good night because I'm gonna need it. See you tomorrow. So it was only supposed to be 0 degrees, but, well, there's frost everywhere. Even the water has ice in it. Yeah, it was a bit colder than expected. So, as you may have noticed, I didn't sleep with the helmet on. Well, that is because it was just extremely uncomfortable to sleep with the helmet, because, well, just a massive weight on your head and it just bends your neck and stuff like that. Not especially nice. And I figured that, in any case, if the problem was that I was maybe going to get attacked by orcs or something like that, well, I am actually better off not wearing the helmet, because if I was to get ambushed while wearing the helmet, it is way easier for the orcs to sneak up to me, and, well, I can't hear them because of the helmet. So that's the first problem. And then you also have the fact that raising up and spot the enemy and see in the dark and all of that is way harder when you're wearing a helmet. So I'm actually better off, I think, not wearing that helmet. That is at least the case with this specific helmet. Of course, it depends on the helmet, but yes, that's what I would say. Now, in terms of the armor itself, I would say it is fine to sleep with it. The problem is that you are very heavy, so when you're laying down and stuff like that, it's very uncomfortable because of all the weight, and changing position and stuff like that when you're sleeping is way harder because of all the weight. You're also way more likely to be uncomfortable because if you have fold in the mail or something like that, that you have your body weight on, well, it's just going to be horribly uncomfortable. Another thing is that sleeping on your belly or on your back works fine, Sleeping on your side works kind of, but it's way more uncomfortable and way harder to get comfortable in that position, because basically you have these shoulder guards, and well, when the gravity is not pulling down the lamella, it tends to go up like this, and you have the shoulder guards there, and basically you have the plate of the shoulder guards just being very impractical and touching the side of your head and stuff like that. So it's not very practical to sleep on your side. It can work, but definitely not the most comfortable. So in the end, yes, you can sleep with armor. It's not the most comfortable, but yes, you can perfectly well do it. Sleeping with a helmet on, you probably can, but it is very uncomfortable, and I don't really see the purpose in doing it, because all of your perception is way worse when wearing a helmet, and the reason why you're trying to wear armor and helmet is to protect yourself, and if you can't see your opponent arrive, well, what's the point of wearing armor? So yeah, I would say wearing armor, yes. Wearing helmet, not that much. So now I can just pack up everything and go for day 2 of traveling. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.